Hey there, welcome to my channel where I hope that sharing my inspiration will inspire you. This video is a two-part series on a recent sketchbook I did for a local art show. If you would like to be a part of my team and help me spread inspiration, please click in the link below. But for now, let's watch part one. On the first page, I just decided to swatch out the pencils I'd be using. Had to write myself a little legend though, because I kept forgetting what the abbreviations were for. Got several different kinds, and these were just what I had on hand. Polychromos, Luminance, Prismacolors Premier, and Derwent. Let's see the abbreviations down here, and then the color names: white, Chinese white, black, dark red, magenta red, Prussian blue, phthalo blue, and helio blue reddish. I really like that color. All right, you don't know. Let's turn the page. I was a little nervous on the first page, so I just did some scribbles and made things out of the scribbles. So they are a little futuristic, fantastic, and otherwise unusual. This is a flower I draw a lot. Lately it's changed to include a bird's beak as the center part of the flower, kind of a Calla lily-esque shape. And then I used my eraser to erase these ribbons out, make them look kind of transparent. They're over here as well, kind of fun. Got a little more photographic on this one. Isn't he handsome, this rooster? I have hens, I don't have a rooster. And this is the first time I've drawn poultry. That was interesting. Snails. I love drawing snails, even though their body shape is so simple. Getting the perspective of this shell, of any of the snail shells, is a challenge. And then also getting the eye stalks shaped properly. This one's a little closer than what I usually get, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, another one. I had a rough day that day, and this is what my brain felt like. So started with swirling scribbles, and then became carnivorous plants, a little frog and an inchworm, a lizard, and some odd animals that I don't know what they are. If you're wondering about the red and blue colors that I've chosen, they are inspired by an Italian artist, no, a Milanese artist, Marco. I forget his last name. I'll have to post it down in the notes below. But I took one of his classes and was inspired by his color choices. So continued using that, and had a friend suggest flowers, so I drew those. Lady slipper, and these at least are cyclamen buds. I don't know what this is, but I like the way they're I like the shape and the folds, and they're fun to draw. One thing about the two blue hues, two red hues, and then a black and a white. It's like black and white, so it's like monochrome, only just a step above. And so you can play with that cool versus warm to get some more depth, if you like. Try to do a Madagascan moon moth. Lunar does not go in there. Laughing because I said that before. Like how this one came out. Fun. And took a couple days off after that, and then started with my go-to sketching exercise, where I do a squiggle, turn that into a ribbon, and then play with the folds and the turns and the shadows. Played with making it look cracked in places, just to play with that smooth ribbon, and then it's cracking. So I like that. Another day where I just did not feel like I could continue. I thought, I'm just not going to be able to make this. It happens more often than I'd like to admit, and I'm trying to be more open about that, so that other people see that yes, it's other people, whether it's normal or not, that's open for debate, but I go through it too, so maybe that will help you. And the phrase "Nunca te rindas" is Spanish for never give up. And that day, that was played on repeat in my head. Another squiggle explosion. Got some pitcher plants and little worm came back, and a snail, just a free-handed snail. Tried drawing those cyclamen buds again. Not too happy with the way they came out, but that's something I think I will play with in the future, as well as the pitcher plant shapes. Those are fun. And then here we have just a quick face sketch. Lady's picture I saw, and I love her eyes and the crinkly wrinkles. That was fun. And a nest. Nests are fun to draw because you can't really go wrong. They're just a big mess. And pick out some of the details, and I try to play with looping threads. Maybe an idea for a painting later. And mushrooms. Very fantastical one here. Using the background to make the shapes look lighter. So I colored the background and then did it on black paper. I replaced the center four spreads of the sketchbook with some black Artisan paper. And these are the colors I used. I think they're mostly polychromos. No, mostly luminance. And I drew this one and then added this later, these up here later. I'm really happy with the way they're not dewdrops, they're something this mushroom secretes. Looks kind of like honey. I'm sure it doesn't taste like honey, but with the black paper, that's a really easy effect to achieve. You'll see I use it quite a bit on this black paper, like here in these little bitty dewdrops on a spider web. I don't know if you can see it really well. Let me turn on another light. See how that works. I think that's a little better. I love this spider. The face is not as strong in real life as I made it here, but I'm like, hey, this is my sketchbook, so if it reminds me of a skull, I can make it really skull-like. So I did. That was fun. And then Raven, the Daily James on Instagram. Go follow them. They're a wonderful account. And then here a pitcher plant, and it's funny, downstairs where I usually draw in the evening, the light is not that good. It's a very warm color cast to it, and so it washes out all these colors. So I was very surprised when I came upstairs where my lights are balanced to see that this actually did have a lot of color in it. So it was nice, and yeah, really I love drawing on this dark paper. Where you draw the light and leave the shadows to themselves. Something poetic about that. Let's see, this one, that was fun. Just seahorse skeletons, just they're so structural, it's amazing. And played with just a pile of skulls. I haven't drawn a skull in a while, so I was very happy that they came out looking as good as they did. They're not great, but still pretty happy with that effort. And here is the center spread. I had a little woman on Instagram suggest that I do an owl or a butterfly for the center spread. So I did an owl and an owl butterfly. Again, took some liberties with the markings on this butterfly, but I'm very happy with the way it came out. I think doing this background a bit and leaving just this dark outline really made it pop. Really, really did. So I'm very happy about that. Almost done here with today's progress. This was fun. It started out after yesterday's, that last spread, after the center spread. I was like, okay, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do better than that. That's like, I'm really happy with that. So I kind of get a little intimidated. So I did something simple and went back to kind of the spider web and dewdrops. Only the more I play with it, almost the more what am I trying to say? Manufactured it looked like it was not organic, but yes, not organic, but more machine made, almost, rivets and things. But started playing with a little color because it just kind of needed something, and I was very happy with that. Something I'd like to play with later, maybe add to something. And then this one, very happy with these two faces, again with folds, making things look like they're folded here, wrinkles. They're beautiful, y'all. Love your wrinkles, love your skin. It's gone a long way with you, and tells your story. So I love skin that tells a story. And there's part one. I want to say a quick thank you to my patrons over on Patreon who made this video possible. Lisa, Laura, Kat, Trina, thank you so much. Without your help, I would not be able to spread as much inspiration as I have. What I want to know before you go is, which was your favorite spread? Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear. I think my favorite is the two faces, the wrinkles in there. I love doing that. That black paper was so much fun to draw on. One last thing, if you could click the like and subscribe button to be notified on future videos, then you won't miss a thing. All right, stay tuned for part 2.